All right, Bill, it is Friday afternoon. We're here at Gillette Stadium. Press day's canceled, as we know, because of the track conditions behind us. And Jim Perry just gave me the rundown that we've cut free practice for tomorrow, 2-time qualifying sessions, and then into the night show. He also told me that that's a 14-person decision and that you're part of that. So can you give me a rundown on what led to that today?
Yes, of course. I mean, running races in the Northeast this time of year, you're always going to, kind of gamble with the weather here. So brought all the kind of heads of all the departments, track crew, operations, AMA, and we sit down and we look at the weather report, we look at radar. We actually got a weather report from the building, from their meteorologists, right, because they're monitoring weather for all their events. So we're looking for basically pinpointed information that's going to hit here in Foxborough. Then we look at what do our rider entries look like. So we know we don't have a 450 Group C, so we buy some time back there. And then we adjust the schedule based on when the rain's going to come, the severity of the rain, and basically try to get the best track we can. We obviously have to do qualifying because we have to be able to get people qualified for the race, but also we want to try to maintain the integrity of the track for the evening program, right? That's why we're all here, is for the evening program. Of course, we have race day live in the middle of the afternoon, so we have to make sure we hit those times as well. So we're kind of cheating it from the top and bottom and trying to figure out where the sweet spot is to adjust whether we clip free practice or shorten free practice or clip a qualifier or just shorten up qualifiers. So this week we've decided to go with 2-time qualifiers. We didn't change the times of any of the times that they're out on the track in terms of like 10 minutes versus 8 minutes like we did in Seattle. So our goal is to get the riders enough track time, qualify, and hopes to be able to still get out there and maintain the track before the rain comes tomorrow. So that's the ultimate goal. Of course, every department kind of has their reason of why they want something the way they want it. But at the end of the day, we have to make the best racetrack possible and the best decision as a whole group so that we have an evening program and obviously a competitive racetrack for the night show.
Okay, that was, excellent. You hit all the bases that I would hope to hit. As we get into the track build itself, how was it up here this week? You guys went from Seattle, so the whole other side of the country, knocked out a pretty quick build. We know the dirt condition up here is very unique, almost like Seattle in a way too. So how did that stuff go before the heaviest of the rain?
Sure. Well, we'll back up to Seattle. It turned out fantastic, right? And that's the race you always anticipate to have rain at. It was a 3,000-mile trek across the country, so all of our trucks had to be team-driven over, so we didn't get any operations trucks, any structures, tough blocks, banners. None of that showed up till Wednesday morning. That gave the dirt team time to lay the floor, push out the dirt on the floor, and start bringing in dirt for humps and jumps. And then Wednesday was a long day of operations, setting up the finish line, the start gate, the manager tower, the score tower. We were prepared for it. We had a very short day on Tuesday so that we knew Wednesday we were rested and had a good day on Wednesday to get the track built and, of course, covered with the plastic you see behind me. We just did it last week in Seattle, and so we were kind of accustomed to it. The operations crew is fantastic. These guys know how to build things quickly and get them set, finish line, all the towers, and then of course dirt is following right behind them and pushing the finish line landing up as soon as that structure is built and getting plastic out on the floor. And then we can always come back and button up banners and stuff that's off track. Obviously the goal is to stay off of the floor once the rain comes, which it came I guess Wednesday night. We want to try to, again, maintain the integrity of the floor even throughout the week so we're not creating puddles and saturated dirt out there.
Gotcha. I love it. You guys hit it, and you guys know once you can get into it, there's a lot of fresh dirt that's underneath those tarps out there.
Sure.
Bring the tractors out tomorrow morning after we get this nice little bit of sun. Tomorrow's, but it'll be good to go. You guys will be fine.
It will be good. This is more of a clay-based dirt. Like you were saying, it kind of looks like Seattle. Seattle has a little more like gravel in it, which is interesting. But this is very clay-based, so it's not going to suck up moisture quite as much. But to your point, it's been under plastic for 2 or 3 days now, and hopefully we got some dry material under there, and we're able to have successful qualifying sessions before any of the rains come tomorrow.
Okay, I'm really glad you hit that point of the team driving of your trucks across the country, because I did an interview with Corey from KTM last week, and we discussed that from, going from Where the hell did we go from? I don't even remember. Birmingham, yeah.
Sure.
We're in the rush right now. They're all there, But to get on to you guys too, it's just as important for you guys to have all of that equipment and every structure on the road and get here as quick as it can.
Sure. So you look at the teams, like KTM, Corey with KTM, he's got one truck he's responsible for, and albeit very important, right? Obviously, without the riders, we don't have a race. We, as Feld Entertainment, we have 18 semis that had to come from Seattle here. So each one of those are team-driven. When I mean team-driven, it's 2 drivers and a tractor, and they're switching off driving so that we can get the truck further faster. 18 trailers, they all made it here on Wednesday, no problems. There was one trailer that got broke down in Pennsylvania. I think it was a tire problem. Again, got that truck running and got it here Wednesday. So it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes to make sure all the trucks are going to make it on time. Fortunately, these next few are very close, only a few hours apart, so there shouldn't be any problems. But it is. Seattle to Foxborough is about as far as you can go in the country. And 3,000 miles, anything can happen. I know they came through storms, they came through hail, rain, traffic, construction, whatever it is. You're just hoping they all arrive here. We tracked them throughout the week as they were coming, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, where they were in the country. Every trailer, we got an update about every 6 hours so we could monitor any issues. They all arrived, the crew goes right to work, opens them up, and starts dragging everything in. So we're very successful in the logistics of this whole thing and moving. It's kind of the behind the scenes that people don't know or think about, that all of this stuff has to get to the next race in a truck. So, and we only have one set of everything. This is it. I don't have 2 podiums, 2 finish lines, 2 start dates. So it has to make it to the next event. So.
Bill, I appreciate you hitting this because I've been thinking about you guys a lot. I've driven a lot this year. So I've seen your trucks on the road a lot this year. And I'm thinking yeah, man, that one doesn't make it. They don't have merch. This one doesn't make it. There is no tough blocks. This one doesn't make it. No flamethrowers for the starting line. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Apologies to everybody listening on the leaf blowers, but we're in an active stadium because they got to get this thing ready for you guys tomorrow. And something that you hit on, which was the perfect segue into the last part, 4 races in the Northeast, and you're a Northeast guy. So how is this for you, A, to be home as a lifelong race fan, to know hey, it's all happening up here, and then with your professional hat on, how interesting it is for you guys to go from 2 cross-country stretches to now everything in a little pocket.
So yeah, first thing, me being from New Jersey originally, grew up racing in Englishtown, New Jersey, Raceway Park. That's where I kind of cut my teeth. It's cool to be home, but it's also stressful. Of course, everybody wants to come see you. People are asking for tickets, and it's cool to see my hometown crowd. Obviously, I have a lot of pride being up in the Northeast with this and being able to bring this series up here, as Feld has been scheduling these up here for the past few years. There was a long time when Supercross wasn't in the Northeast, and now I don't want to say we're saturated, but definitely there's a big fan base up here. There used to be a lot of national tracks up here, so there's definitely a big motocross community. So it's cool to see all of those people come out to these races. From the professional side, obviously nice to be close, all the races to be relatively close. There's less incident of the staff traveling from week to week, or from city to city. Our crew guys are going to drive from one city to the next. Our trucks are going to be relatively close to each city. So it makes it significantly easier, especially with these buildings. They have a lot of parking. We're able to get the trucks there early, parked. Peace of mind knowing that we don't have to worry about that piece, and we can focus on getting the racetrack built for that week.
Cool. Thanks, Bill. Hey, last one. What's your favorite stadium? What one do you like?
My favorite stadium?
I know what one, guys. You guys are all on the operations side. Everybody's very partial to AT&T Stadium. They love
Stadium
that one.
For sure. Obviously, it's got a roof, right?
Yep.
That's big. They have nice big parking lots. They do a great job at keeping that building maintained, clean. The downstairs tunnel area is fantastic for loadout. It keeps the guys dry and warm. I would suspect the FanFest guys like stadiums like Seattle, where they're inside, because then they're dry and warm. Personally, my favorite city is Seattle on the tour. I think it's the most interesting city to visit. Although I have my spot in every single city that I go to, whether it's a food spot or an attraction or something that I like to be in each city. And I think that's part of me continuing to travel as much as I do. Is like, I know when I go to India, I go to St. Elmo's Steakhouse, and I go to Seattle, we go to this little Mexican restaurant. We're down to San Diego, and I have the restaurants and spots that I like to go see there. I drive the Pacific Coast Highway. So, as favorite city, I don't know that I can give you one right off the top. Maybe Salt Lake, because that's the final, and then I get a little downtime after it. I know that we've reached the end there, so and hopefully had a successful season up until that point.
Cool. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate this.
Yep. Thank you.